We have about 27 carbon capture and storage plants in the world today. And they capture 0.1% of global emissions. There are 22 of those that use that captured carbon dioxide to boost oil production. They inject it into the ground and force oil to the surface. Those are all these blue squares, oil recovery. There are about 5 other ones that are more general. If you look at these systems, the news isn't really very good. If you go and read up on these, and I could get you sources to look if you want, I'd say about half of them aren't meeting their CO2 capture goals. There's just a lot of problems with what's going on here. Now, there are about 100, or maybe more than 100 new projects for new systems that are underway. And those are supposed to capture another 0.4% of world emissions. But a very, very long road here. I'll give you an example. This is Wyoming. Now, Wyoming is the biggest coal state in the United States. They get 85% of their electricity from coal, and they do 41% of U.S. coal mining. And so the legislature said there, let's use carbon capture and storage. We've got good underground situations to put it into as well. So they passed House Bill 200, March 2020, said we'll do 20% CCS capture from our coal plants by the year 2030. But the 2 big utilities, Black Hills Energy and Rocky Mountain Power, said, they studied it, they said this is way too expensive. Black Hills Energy in particular said to convert 2 plants would require $1 billion, and that's triple the price of the original plant just to put in the CCS. And Rocky Mountain Power came out with a similar reading. I hope you have a feeling of the massive scale that would be required for this. Consider the Drax power plant in England, the 3rd biggest in Europe, 3.9 gigawatts of power. This plant has converted over the years 2/3 of it. It used to run all coal. It converted 2/3 of it to wood chips. And delivering the wood chips, they have their own Drax rail cars here. And they also have 5 railroad tracks surrounding this facility in concentric circles. Every day, to provide enough wood chips, they require 475 hopper cars every single day to drive those plants. Now, when you go capture the carbon dioxide, you're pulling 2 oxygen atoms for every carbon atom that you're trying to capture. So that roughly doubles the volume. So the volume that you need to capture for this one plant is double the load of 475 train cars a day. And then you got to put that somewhere. You got to put it through pipelines. You got to put it underground. I mean, the scale is just massive. The International Energy Agency says you need to capture 9% of world emissions by 2050. They have this plan that they've divided up and think we need about 9% CCS. Today we have 27 CCS major facilities. You need to build 70 to 100 facilities each year to 2050 to be able to do that 9%.